Wait, stop scrolling for a second. What if Toyota just brought back one of its most legendary names and turned it into a modern pickup that could seriously shake up the midsize truck world? Today on Lux Drive Review, we're diving deep into the all-new 2026 Toyota Stout, a truck that blends old-school toughness with modern-day tech in a way that might surprise a lot of people. Let's start at the backside, because that's where this truck quietly flexes. The rear of the 2026 Toyota Stout is clean, confident, and purpose-built. You've got a wide tailgate with bold TOYOTA lettering stamped right into the metal, instantly reminding you of classics like the Tacoma and even hints of the Tundra. The LED taillights stretch horizontally, giving the Stout a planted, wide stance, especially at night. There's an integrated step bumper, a smartly hidden tow hitch, and multiple tie-down points that actually look like they were designed by people who use trucks, not just sketch them. Compared to rivals like the Ford Ranger or Chevy Colorado, the Stout's rear feels more refined but still rugged, like it's ready for both a construction site and a weekend road trip. Would you use this more for work, or would it be your daily driver? Moving over to the left side, the profile of the 2026 Toyota Stout really starts to tell its story. This truck sits right in that sweet spot between compact and midsize, making it less bulky than a Tundra but more muscular than something like the Hyundai Santa Cruz. The character line runs cleanly from the front fender all the way to the tailgate, giving it a sense of motion even when it's parked. The wheel arches are squared off, a clear nod to classic pickups, while the alloy wheels, up to 18 inches depending on the trim, add a modern touch. The ground clearance is just right, high enough to handle rough roads, speed bumps, and light off-roading, but not so tall that climbing in feels like a workout. Toyota clearly wants this truck to feel approachable. Do you think mid-size trucks like this are the future, or do you still prefer full-size pickups? Now let's walk around to the right side, where the design stays consistent but the details keep it interesting. The side mirrors are chunky and practical, offering great visibility, and higher trims add integrated turn signals and blind spot indicators. The door handles feel solid in your hand, not flimsy, and the paint quality is exactly what you'd expect from Toyota, deep, glossy, and built to last. Compared to the Ford Maverick, which leans more toward a lifestyle truck, the Stout feels more traditional, more serious about being a truck. Yet it's still not as intimidating as something like a Ram 1500. It's a smart balance, and honestly, Toyota nails it here. Alright, let's step inside, because this is where the 2026 Toyota Stout really starts to separate itself. Open the door and you're greeted by an interior that feels tough but thoughtfully designed. The dashboard layout is clean and horizontal, making the cabin feel wider. Right in the center is a large touchscreen, up to 12.3 inches on higher trims, running Toyota's latest infotainment system. It's fast, responsive, and thankfully, still keeps physical buttons for climate controls. Thank you, Toyota. The materials are a mix of durable plastics, soft touch surfaces, and optional leather or soft tech seats depending on the trim. Compared to the interior of the Chevy Colorado, the Stout feels more intuitive, while also being more refined than the Nissan Frontier. Would you rather have a super high-tech cabin, or one that's simple and easy to use? The seating position is excellent, giving you that commanding truck feel without being overwhelming. The front seats are wide, supportive, and comfortable enough for long drives. In the back, there's surprisingly good legroom for a midsize pickup, making it practical for families or friends. Storage is everywhere: deep door pockets, a large center console, hidden compartments under the rear seats. This is the kind of interior that feels like Toyota actually listened to truck owners. Now let's talk about what's under the hood, because that's what really matters to a lot of you. The 2026 Toyota Stout is expected to offer multiple engine options, starting with a turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder producing around 270 horsepower. That's more than enough for daily driving, highway cruising, and light towing. There's also strong talk of a hybrid variant, borrowing tech from Toyota's proven hybrid systems. If that happens, we could be looking at impressive fuel economy numbers that easily beat the Ford Ranger and Chevy Colorado hybrids, because, well, they don't really exist yet. Power is sent through an 8-speed automatic transmission, smooth and responsive, with available rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Would you choose a hybrid truck if it meant better fuel economy without sacrificing power? On the road, the Stout feels composed and confident. The suspension is tuned more for comfort than hardcore off-roading, but it can still handle dirt roads, trails, and bad pavement without breaking a sweat. Steering is light but accurate, making city driving surprisingly easy for a truck. Compared to the Tacoma, the Stout feels more refined, less stiff, and more daily driver-friendly. This isn't a rock-crawling monster, but that's not what it's trying to be. It's a smart, versatile pickup for modern life. Now let's talk numbers, because price always matters. The 2026 Toyota Stout is expected to start somewhere around $28,000, making it very competitive in the midsize truck segment. Higher trims with all-wheel drive, advanced tech, and premium materials could push it closer to $38,000. That places it right between the Ford Maverick and the Tacoma, and honestly, that's a sweet spot. You're getting Toyota reliability, modern tech, and a versatile design without jumping into full-size truck pricing. Do you think Toyota priced this just right, or would you expect it to be cheaper? So what's the final verdict on the 2026 Toyota Stout? Simply put, this truck feels like a smart move by Toyota. It doesn't try to be the biggest, the loudest, or the most extreme. Instead, it focuses on balance, style, comfort, capability, and efficiency. It's a truck you can live with every day, whether you're commuting, hauling gear, or heading out on a weekend adventure. Compared to rivals like the Ford Ranger, Chevy Colorado, and Hyundai Santa Cruz, the Stout stands out by feeling the most well-rounded. It may not win every spec sheet battle, but it wins where it counts, in real-world usability. Now I want to hear from you. Would you pick the 2026 Toyota Stout over Tacoma or Ranger? Would you go for the hybrid version if it launches? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more premium car and truck reviews like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow Lux Drive Review for more future-driven automotive content.